How's it? And loose. Yes, welcome to Malcolm. First sip of coffee today. It's a little bit in the morning. Where's my watch clock? I don't know. Good morning. Hang loose. Aloha. This is Mongoose Max Hawaii channel, and this is the news Pepah series. We're going to take a look at the morning news and see what's up. Brief headline, whatever. Whoa. Everything's a mess. Everything's a mess anyways, but just got done with editing part one of Shakespeare's. We were to play on Zoom, and part one of The Tempest. They go out, get shipwrecked, and someone shipwrecks them with magic on a magic island with monster and spare fairy sprites and things that, because the guy got absurd and he kind of wants payback. That's the guy made himself a magician because of that reason. Payback. So part one. I don't know if it's going okay. We had some major, another night. Today is Tuesday. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. I had a mental flip because I got Toastmasters tomorrow and somebody's canceling. Tuesday, October. Halloween's almost here because it's October 27. So everyone's getting a little cuckoo and things are kind of a little strange. You know, usually people go have adult parties, you know. It used to be kids going, you know, it used to be when I was a kid. You get the bag and you go out when the sun goes down and you go to the neighbors, you know, neighborhood is okay, so you can walk. We all walked. You walk around with your bag and your costume, right? Depending on what you decide to be. It used to be kind of like those things, but get a little bit more creative. And but just a little face mask would do, because you just wanted the bag of candy. I mean, you go to the house, ding dong, trick or treat. And now it's more adult part. Actually, the last thing I heard on Halloween doing trick or treating was I was ringing the doorbell, trick or treat, and they said to me, "Aren't you a little old to be trick-or-treating? Just give me the candy and I'll go away." No kidding. Yeah. But, you know, it's kind of become more adult and adult party and sexcapades. Mask wearing is ho 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 ho. And welcome to the headline. Can you see that? I hope so. Can you see that? I hope so. The headline. Like Vanna. Wait. Where's my little mask? I can't find my mask. What happened? Oh, I put it up there so I wouldn't lose it. That's odd. Never. Wear a mask. Can't believe that's going to be my thumbnail. Whatever. I'm just such on the cutting edge. Oh, just for the cornball joke. Okay, it says on the headline, mask wearing is mandatory. So this is the governor, right? So this is hands down. I mean, you don't get your act together when the governor says, even though he's wax on, wax off. He's a little Mr. Miyagi in looks, but he's a little bit like, he avoids stuff, man. He's trying to play it like smart and stay out of the limelight. But when I make the rule, it's governor. So confusion about rules is widespread across the counties, which are the different islands. For residents and tourists, better communication is needed to inform tourists and residents that wearing masks is mandatory. I know people don't like to wear masks. A lot of people do like to wear masks because they don't have nothing to do with this. Governor Ige, who on Monday encouraged everyone who is continually remind people that masks are required. I think we've all heard the science that makes it a significant difference. It's nothing more significant, I don't think. Wear your mask or you probably get nailed. There's going to be like, when they start doing that, then they start putting fines and, the kind. Police. Especially right before. They don't want Halloween to be a super spreader event thing, 54 cases reported from yesterday. Hey, you're good, Hawaii, 2.2%. Yeah, you're solid tier 2. We do this for a long time and then we'll be tier 3, whatever the tier 3 is. Senate confirms Barrett. The other news of the world, or should I say the nation. Yes, it was an easy vote because the Republicans have command over the Senate. They have just a little bit more senators than the Democrats. So they're kind of voting in a block. Like, we are senator, and they're all Republicans. Vote wham! Except for one from Maine. Yay! State of Maine, shout out. The only one that's non-conformist. Maine. So, yeah. The thing about confirming the Supreme Court SCOTUS Amy, whatever her name is, Barrett, like Sid Barrett, but the confirmation is in the Senate. So Bam Bam is almost tied too, but it was a shoo-in. It was gonna happen. So she's already Chief Justice Barrett by the end of the day. By the time you see this, my neck will be sore. Now, whether she's quality or not is yet to be proven. I'm sure she's probably good at her job and stuff. But they picked her specifically because she's Roman Catholic. And they picked her specifically because of the abortion issue is so hot. And then they expect her to kind of wield and yield to this usurping the Roe versus Wade or the abortion precedent from the Supreme Court. That's what they're hoping. And some other conservative issues. They're hoping they'll play it their way. But maybe she'll just be like, hey, I'm a judge. I can judge for myself. Yet to be seen, but she's there for life now. Lifetime. No can make me fired. I wish she would just turn to President Trump and say, you know what? You can't fire me. You're fired. Alright, back in the day, 64. I don't know what that is. Frampton takes us and check book review. Who cares? I don't know what that. Trump Biden campaign is pivotal. Pennsylvania. COVID cases. 38. How come that's this 38? 38 new cases? Oh, that's Oahu. You still there? COVID deaths and rise in the U.S., of course. It's rocketing up in Europe. It's rocketing up in the mainland U.S. And we're all gonna party with a mask. It's a big welcome to the Masquerade Ball. Eyes wide. I don't know. Glued shut. Eyes glued on. You know where to enter. It can enter your eyes, but it can also. It's like this is the main entry point. All right. Hopefully we can get the letters to the editors. I'm just like ripping through this a little bit. La 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 la. Me. Oh man, editing. Caldwell again calls for Hart to nix P3 process. Okay, so they're doing battle about who's going to be financing this multi-billion dollar rail project that goes like 10 miles. It's like $10 billion. $1 billion a mile. Oh shit, I don't want to get on her because how much is a ticket? The moon holds more water than more places than thought. Okay, so there's water on the moon. Grab your space suits. Everyone wants to go into space because they're like, oh my gosh, the Earth is falling apart. Big Q. It's the big Q. Notice I'm rushing. Yeah, I have an appointment. Have you taken COVID-19 test? I haven't, personally. 25%. Yes. Did it once. The next day. As soon as you get out of your test taken, someone sneezes on you. Hello? What the heck is that? Why did they... Turn it off and it has this ding ding. 10%. Yes. 2 or 3 times. 1%. Yes. 4 or more times. And the cryptocurrency wallet chimes in. Yeah, I'm going to leave some addresses so you can support this channel with cryptocurrency if you got it. Throw the change in there, man. It's much needed. This is like falling apart, dude. And the big A, 64%. No, not yet. Rocket booster likely caused blinking lights in the Saturday night sky. Oh yeah. The big fire show that scared me a little bit. Actually, it just amazed me. It was like this fiery thing. You know what amazed me was, at first I thought it was shooting stars. I'm like, oh my gosh, shooting stars. And I'm like, that looks really different than... And then there's like one cluster that's moving like this. It's like... It's like moving oh so purposefully. It just moved across like that. But what really got me egg was it looked very clear, crisp, like sparklers, and it looked very close. It looked as if birds were flying up in the air, could have got hit by that thing. It was like close. It wasn't airplane height. It was closer. It was like, that's what it looked like. Like, oh! So it's coming down. It was like, oh, what's that gonna hit? Okay, so figured it was space junk. There's tons and tons of space junk floating around, and it's gonna just fall down once in a while. Maybe it won't fall on us. Okay, so there's the remember to set your clocks back. Oh, they got. Oh, can you see that? I do that, it makes it worse. Can you see this? See that? Can you see that? The political cartoon. They got her looking like, I don't know, kind of like the Amish lady carrying the buckets of milk. Remember to set your clocks back. To what century, right? Amy Coney Barrett is here, and it's back to a simpler time, when all there was what the Pope said and the Inquisition. I wonder how Trump would fare in medieval days. He'd be like the little despot king. I shouldn't have said that. This is America. Okay, here we go. Running headlong into the letters to the editor. Please, God, yeah, this I guess. Can't for our sake, gonna. Quarantine rules treat local residents unfairly. What about us? As a resident of Kauai, who needs to travel to Honolulu for personal business, I'm baffled by the apparent inequality between the way out-of-state visitors and Hawaii residents are treated regarding COVID-19 quarantine. It's almost a rhyme. Quarantine. COVID-19. Quarantine. Get your resentment and become begrudged. Although my round trip to Honolulu will take fewer than 55 hours, I have not been able to find a logical way to be granted a modified quarantine. My round trip will take fewer than 55 hours. In Kauai, it's like Kauai's pretty far comparison. Big Island's a little farther. But I'd say half an hour to Kauai on a plane. I don't know, yet 55 hours. I guess he's like hanging out in Oahu without his mask on. Bastard. Bastards, I say. I consulted numerous sources that have been given notice clear 72 hours before the same criminal says. Logically, that means I should get tested before I depart Kauai. Well, duh. There's your logic right there. Duh. Where COVID-19 is ostensibly under control, and I would, therefore, probably test negative. Oh, snobby, huh? And we so negative, not you guys. But why should I get tested? Because we're so negative. More important, the test would show any possibility of contagion might pick up during my 2-day sojourn. Ooh. Where is the logic? Get tested, go, and shut the hell up. There's your logic, Jane. It's a freaking unusual times, haven't you noticed? It is unfair. Just get tested. Trump's failure could hurt other Republicans. It already has. It's obvious to most that President Donald Trump is on his way out. The only question is remaining now is how many Republican senators will he take with him? Walter Marr, Bill Maher's dad. Mililani. No, just kidding. Every real city has a rail transit system. My dad had some 1888 maps of southeast Pennsylvania. There were hundreds of small villages. By the 1960s, most of those villages were gone. The ones that survived had commuter rail service. Get on the train. San Diego built trolley line to Tijuana border in 1990. It was ridiculed until it opened, and everyone's like, TJ! Been there. Done that. TJ, 4 o'clock in the morning. That's a story for another time, Pilgrim. It was ridiculed until it opened. My first year was carried twice expected passengers. Now the systems are 4 times in every city. Even Los Angeles has a light rail system to spread the population, reduce crowding downtown, and avoid problems caused by car dependence. Captain Cook, Hawaii Island. Well, it don't suffer the same fate as the original Captain Cook. But, yeah, I was in a little small town called Louisville, Texas. It's just north of Louisville Lake. It's been there since the 1800s, too. It was a little cow town. Led Zeppelin and B.B. King and Janis Joplin played there in Louisville, Texas in 1967 or something. Zeppelin played. Wow. Okay. But, you know, they opened up a shopping mall and everything, and it got big. It's like 90,000, 100,000 people. It's like on that side, it's like a lot of people. But on the side I was on, it was like Old Town. Now, it's a little bit away from Dallas, 22 miles north. And there's trains. They hooked up a train. For me living there, within 2 years, they started it and they finished it. And I rode it many times, and it was just damn cool. You just get on there, you take your ticket, and go on there, and check your ticket sometime. Doors open up and go downtown Dallas for whatever insane reason makes you. No, there's museums, art museums and stuff, and there's inner city stranger danger. Even on the train, we got on that train, and you find out you can ride the train, and with the same ticket you can use the bus system. So they should think about that in Honolulu. You buy the train ticket, you can use it for the bus. And when we could use it for other trains, we got on one to go real quick over to Fort Worth, and we got freaking lost. Anyway, that's a story for another time. Masks, we don't need no stinking masks. People are gonna get sick. There's gonna be some hell of... Watch out for the poisonous gas. Don't breathe the air. Happy Halloween. I'll just stay home over the campfire with some ghost stories. Advocacy, learning lessons, rail systems, use expensive cars. I don't know, is there anything else here? Well, speaking of rail, let's just do one more of these rail things. Our rail project lacks sufficient resources for completion. That may be understatement because we have no definite, accurate, factual cost projections out of the abundance of excuses. Now, and instead, let's not. Let's not do that. Let's ask Siri what. Hey Siri. Hello Siri. Siri? Siri? Hi Siri.
Yes?
Read out loud the definition of... I can't say that word. Read out loud the definition of Halloween. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Read out loud the definition of Halloween. Read out loud the definition of Halloween. Hey Siri. Hello Siri. Hello Siri. Read out loud the definition of Halloween. You're crazy. Hey Siri, you're stupid. It's ignoring me. Anyways, well, whatever with that. We'll deal with you later, Sydney Siri. Hang loose. Have a good time. Watch out. And mostly hang loose. Aloha. And, oh, one more thing. Welcome to the masquerade party.
Sorry, I'm having trouble with the connection. Please try again in a moment.
Whatever. I was saying something, dumbass. Eyes wide open. Welcome to the masquerade party. Woo!